Oh, hello, everyone. It is Catherine. Hello, hello. We're doing this free emergency sound healing and tuning of the body. It's pretty dark in here. I had to turn on my overhead light because it's raining. Oh, it's raining. And what a blessing it is to receive the rain. So I'm a little wet. I'm coming back from walking my doggy and doing a little rain dance, sending rain to parts of the world that need it. I'm in northwestern Washington state, and so we've got fires. Hi, Pandora, you found us. I was just going to tag you. So we've got fires just north of us. Southeastern Canada is on fire, millions of acres. And if you just want to take a moment with me to send this beautiful healing rain that I'm experiencing here. Hi, Dina. Say hello, don't be shy. Let me know you're here. Take a moment with me, please, to send this beautiful healing rain. I don't think you can hear it outside my window, but just send those blessings. All you need is your intention and the movement of your will, your imagination, and any other part of the world that needs it. So I'm just gonna find myself here. Good luck with that. There I am. Okay. So give this a like, give me a heart, say hello. Hi, Kitty, hi, Dina. Hi, Pandora. Who else is here? Marissa's here. Hi. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so who else has been feeling, hi, Christine. Who else has been feeling this week that has just been kind of like an energetic shit show? Okay. Hi, Jante. Don't be shy, and full warning and disclosure here, I'm a little sweary. So if that offends your fragile ears, oh well. Sorry, not sorry. It is part of my passion and how I teach. So I'm going to talk about tapping into the collective grief for a minute, but also we're tapping into stuff because we're clearing. It's like a clearinghouse effect of a lot of layers, a lot of levels that are shedding, a lot of old structures we have bought and sold to ourselves that have been commodified by structures and systems around us, and we've kind of bought and sold into them. We're starting to awaken to just how flimsy and silly sometimes, and how toxic they are. So a lot of us are like, you gotta go, you gotta go. This part of me doesn't resonate anymore, where I believed this, where I thought that, where I had this idea about myself. And understand that anywhere you're feeling this on a personal level, anywhere you're feeling it in the collective, even though we can tap into collective stuff that's going on, we are all part of this collective, right? We're all part of a collective energy. So even though it may not be ours to work on, okay, that doesn't mean we're not feeling it. And the only way out is through, ladies and gentlemen. The only way out is through. So, you know, the way I teach and what I share is that, you know, it's okay to feel what you feel. It's okay to feel what you feel. You do not have to define your life by it, because emotions are fleeting. Our entire emotional spectrum of experience is one of experience. We're here to experience all the emotions. We're not here to stagnate in any one of them. And that includes happiness, okay? None of us are, you know, going to get to a level, at least not in this 3D reality, even moving into 4D. Hi, Corey. None of us are going to be in this, you know, pie in the sky, lofty ideal of, I'm just going to be in my best place all the time, and love and happiness and light and peace to you and peace to him and peace to her, and everything's groovy and everything's great. Not one of us on this planet is designed for that. We're designed to experience the full spectrum of emotional experience. The more we try to push away at the things that are making us feel sad, they're making us feel depressed, those are early warning systems, folks, letting you know something is out of balance. They're there for a reason. I desire it too, but it's not the way it works, right? It's contrast. It's all contrast. And so the best we can do is be in a place. Hi, Stacy. I'm glad you're here. The best we can do is be in a place of self-awareness, of being able to recognize something is off. Something is off with me. Something is off in the collective. And it's up to me to address it. It's up to me to be responsible for how I feel and the kind of life I want to live. And I will say this, and I've said it a million times. I've been doing this work for 20 years, folks. It's okay to feel like shit, to be depressed, and also still be living your best life. It's okay to feel like things are really off in the world and still be living a life that is aligned with your integrity, with your truth. Those things are not mutually exclusive. And it's never going to be that we're in this lofty pie in the sky ideal of being happy all the time. The best we can hope for is to be in flow. Be in that place of riding that wave of the ebbs and the flow, you know, the spikes and the dips, the peaks and the valleys, and be able to ride with it and say, you know, I don't have to be undone by these things, but I can feel them. I can learn from them. I can learn about myself through them. Right? Right. Though we're with me on that. No toxic positivity here. No spiritual bypassing here. We don't do that in my world. Hi, G. And I invite you to also do that. So we're going to work through that a little bit here. This is an emergency tuning. So I am working with tuning forks. I am working with sound healing. And yes, I have a program coming up. Full disclosure. Am I going to give you the hard sell on it? No, I don't do that. You either feel like this is a fuck yes for me and I'm in, I see the benefits of this, I see how it has compound benefits for me over time and I'm in, or you're not. Either way is fine with me. I do not do the hard sell. But this is a taste, a pretty powerful one at that, of what we're going to experience in 6 days over 2 weeks time, starting on the 12th. Starting on Monday, we start tuning the sonic anatomy. So if you love this, you're going to love the program. Easy peasy, okay? And you have all the details in the link that I'm going to put in the comments here. So you can check it out for yourself. You do not have to be live for these calls. They will all be recorded. You'll have access to the recordings in my Member Vault Academy of Programs for as long as you want to access them. And you will want to go back to these. Because, why? Because they feel really good. You're going to feel lighter, brighter, more vibrant, full of more vitality. Your body's going to have energy. If you've been feeling malaise or just kind of dull as dishwater, that's why I titled my little post, you know, from going from feeling dull as dishwater to, you know, brighter and full of more vitality. That's how you feel when you do sound healing because, and I will tell you this, I am a Jane of all trades. I'm a Renaissance woman when it comes to being a metaphysical mentor, doing energy healing. I have Reiki master certifications over and over, different levels of energetic healing over and over and over. This is the quickest. This is the quickest sound healing because you are vibration, because you are frequency, because you are energy. And what these tuning forks do is reflect back to you where that energy is not in integrity. And it's beautiful, it's quick, it's easy, and I am all about simple and elegant solutions. So that is why I love this. That is why I love sound healing frequencies, and you will too. Hi, Courtney. She says, accurate. Yes. So you don't have to be live for the classes. You'll have access to them for as long as you like. I get it. It's summertime. People are going on vacation. The kids are getting out of school. That means your time isn't all yours as you'd like it to be. I get it. So you can listen to these recordings at night when you go to bed, or if you get up before everyone else in the household in the morning. There's no right or wrong time to listen to these, to tune into these sound healing sessions in the Tuning the Sonic Anatomy program. You will want to listen to them over and over again because the more you do, the more compound benefits you have in correcting, redressing dysfunction in the systems of the body. We're working with 6 systems. We start off with the digestive system on Monday, then we're going to do circulatory, then the nervous, then the endocrine, then the immune, and then the skeletal. We're working with, today, 144 hertz because we're going to do doing some combing and teasing out of things in your field. This is like a scouring frequency, 144 hertz. What I love about sound healing tuning forks is you don't need a whole arsenal of them. I mean, I like having different frequencies to work with. I like different solfeggio frequencies. I like some of the deeper scouring frequencies and some of the deep grounding frequencies, but you don't need a huge amount of tuning forks and to be able to do this work on yourself. And to prove that to you, I'm going to teach a bonus class. After our 6 days are over working on those 6 systems of the body, I'm going to go in, I'm probably going to record it and then put it in a member vault and teach you guys how to choose a tuning fork, a couple different ones. You only need 3, really. Yeah, you only really need 3 to do pretty much any kind of work you want to do on the body, so you don't have to break the bank. And you're using them on yourself. You're tuning every day. I'm going to explain how to do that, to suss things out in your field, how to choose tuning forks, how to use them, and how sound healing frequency basically works. So that's going to be a bonus tutorial, and I'm giving away a fork. I'm going to do a fun giveaway for a solfeggio frequency of 528 hertz. That's what that sounds like. And this is my fork for polishing, for smoothing. So we go in, we tease out the stuff that's ready to come, release the layers. That can leave us with feeling like we've got some rough edges. So that's a great opportunity to go in and polish with 528 hertz. And it's a beaut. Isn't that lovely? So can you guys hear that? So I wanted to keep the price point easy at $297. And I know price is subjective. Value is subjective. I get that. But for what you're getting out of this and the fact that you can listen over and over again to these recordings, you get, maybe you might get a free tuning fork. And you also will have access to a course, a tutorial to teach you how to take what we do in this course together and then continue to do it on your own. Because I believe the best kind of empowerment for self-healing is when you're given the tools to do it for yourself, right? 528, my birthday. Pandora, couldn't be any more aligned than that. So without further ado, there's my info on the course. I'm going to put the link in here so you can check it out. But if you go to my personal page, which you're on right now, you'll see many, many posts about this course. And I'm going to leave it open. I'm not going to close the doors because, you know, I get it. You know, sometimes we don't have the money when we want the money. Some of you are saving up. Some of you told me, like, Catherine, I really want to get in here, so I'm saving up. That's awesome. That's awesome, and thank you, and I can't wait to have you in there. So I'm going to leave it open. So you can join anytime. And there will be testimonials on that first day. I will tell you that right now. That people are going to be like, oh my God, I feel like so grounded and lighter than air. That's a common one I hear. Or I feel like this allowed me to take notice of something that I've been feeling, couldn't put my finger on, and now I have conscious awareness of it. I hear that one all the time. Some women cry. Some people, you know, will release. They'll feel like a burst of throat chakra energy, and they'll just be like, I just did automatic writing for like 3 hours the other night. So however this, you know, manifests in your physical field as a release, as a purge, you will experience that, and you will feel lighter and brighter after, and you will make more space for who it is that you're really meant to become and what you really want to do. Hi, Melissa. So we're going to start. You can tell I'm very animated when I when I teach and share about stuff that I love, and I absolutely love sound healing and working with tuning forks. So we're going to start with 144 hertz. So about this, have a sip of water. You're going to want to have water throughout. So I'm going to have to go get mine because I don't have it, of course. Even though I spent a lot of time in the water, walking outside in the rain. But have some water nearby, because whenever we do sound healing with tuning forks, when you have a glass of water nearby, here's what you need to know about frequencies from sound healing. They travel faster through dense energy. So through water, sound healing frequencies travel 4 times as fast than through air. So what does that tell you about the human body, which is 60 to 70% water? You're going to receive the feelings of healing, release, purging, upgrading, feeling more light, more vital, a better sense of well-being very, very quickly. Okay? So go get your water. I'm going to go get mine. And we are back. So the benefit being, when you have your glass of water, it's going to be charged and blessed by the healing frequencies. Don't believe me? Have a taste of your water now. Get a sense of what it tastes like. And make sure you have enough left over after we're done here so that you taste it again and you'll notice the taste difference. Charged and blessed water. All right. So some of you might be wondering, what the heck is this thing? This is a Canadian hockey puck. Okay. So a lot of people will strike their tuning forks against their knee, against the fat pad of their hand. You get a really strong, clear tone, and you want a strong, clear tone because the sound of the fork is reflective. It's a mirror. And what it's doing is mirroring back to me, because the sound healing doesn't happen in the fork. The sound healing happens in you. So what the fork is doing when I strike it, it's reflecting back to me right now the baseline of this entire group's energy. So everyone who is here live, I'm getting a reflection of where we're at. So I'm sensing some collective dread. And believe me, I felt that too. That was my entire week. There's some anxiety, not surprising. This is kind of a baseline for all of us in a post-COVID world where we haven't really healed from the mental trauma of COVID and the breakdown of society as we knew it. Duh. I mean, a lot of us have not recovered from that. There's worry about the future. Somebody worried about their kids. Someone is like, okay, it's the middle of the month. I don't know how I'm going to make rent. Other payments. I'm hearing that. There's grief. Grief in the lungs. And that's where it rests. It rests in the lungs. Hi, Eleanor. Oh, that's wonderful, Kitty. That's beautiful. She says, I've honestly listened to your sound healing recordings while I take my meditation bath. Yeah, and that's a great segue, Kitty, and thank you for mentioning that. That if you're really feeling like after this, which is, it's okay, right? Feel what you feel. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with feeling like, oh, my battery was really charged before I started this sound healing, Catherine, and then I don't feel so good. That's because we brought things up that are meant for conscious recognition. And that is your body's warning system saying, hey, it's time to look at this more deeply. Let's address this and let's move it out so I can function optimally. That's your body saying that to you. And it might end up feeling like your battery is not supercharged. Your voltage isn't really high. So take an Epsom salt bath. And if you don't have a bath, you can make your own easy, simple, easy peasy salt scrub. You can get some Celtic, that's the French salt. The Celtic sea salt is like a flake salt. And the reason why this is so powerful at pulling toxins from the body is because it has about 82 to 90 of the trace minerals that we used to be able to get from our food. It used to be in the soil. So when we grew food in the soil, we would get those nutrients naturally. Now we don't. We have a nutritionally incomplete food supply. That's no surprise to any of you, but you can get those trace minerals that your body needs in order to correct the electrolyte balance, correct the salts in the body with Celtic sea salt. So you can do a scrub with that. I make my own with shea butter, jojoba oil, and a big, I just go to the co-op and get Celtic sea salt, a big bag of it, and then I just put it in a sealable jar with that, and then whatever essential oils I want to use. I'm fancy, so I like lavender and jasmine, absolute. A little more pricey, but I'm worth it. And so that, if you're feeling ick after this, Epsom salt bath, if you have any trace mineral supplement that you can take orally, you can do that. Liquid chlorophyll will also help. Just go and take your beautifully cleansed and charged and blessed water and put some lemon in that. Squeeze some fresh lemon in there and it will brighten you. It will refresh your aura. So let's go in again Okay, because we've got some new folks joining. Hi, Jeffrey. We're going to get another bass line here. So the way I do it with group healings is I put you all in a bubble and I put you in my time release grid. Those of you who've followed me for a while, you know what that is, so I'm not going to go into what that is here. Not too much. But it aligns everyone in the group, if I'm doing a group healing, with their highest and best timeline for release and renewal. And so with the programming of the time release grid, I can hear the octave, if you will, of the group and where you're resonating at. And because I put you in this kind of toric field, what I do is I imagine my mind's eye, you can do this all through your imagination, combing the toric field up and out, and kind of getting a feel for the flow, what kind of momentum the energy of the group has, where there's stop-start energy, so I can feel it outside of the toric field. So that's where I go in and I tease and comb the energy out. And just breathe. You don't have to do anything except breathe, be present, be awake and aware. In a second, I'm going to take us into a deeper grounding energy, but right now I'm just getting a baseline for the group and going all around that toric field and kind of combing and seeing where I need to go. Okay? And you'll notice maybe a shift in these energies. I can hear with each strike of the fork how the tone is changing. How it's even brightening a little bit. 144 hertz. Sometimes when people first hear it, it feels like a coarse grit sandpaper type energy. It's like, ooh, I want to run for the hills. I want to get away. Please don't do that. Please, if you can, stick with it. If you feel like things are coming up, just breathe. Just breathe. And as you exhale, send it down and out through the body. Definitely feeling like most of the group is not in a place where we're grounded, so I know we're going to start doing this. Next step is with grounding. Not feeling safe in your body, not feeling safe in this planetary body. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. So we can shift that. Just breathe. If you feel you need to take a sip of water, do. And be willing here to have the energies lead you. Like if you're feeling that an energy, an emotional thread is coming up and you're like, I don't want to pull that thread, like pulling a thread on a sweater, you're like, I don't want to unravel that ball of yarn. You know, just kind of stick with it for a second, because if it's coming up, that's your body's early warning system saying, hey, if we don't deal with this now, it's going to come up later and it's probably going to be in an uglier way. So let's work with it now. Let's be with it now. And just trust that if it's coming up, it's ready to go. All right. So this is gonna, be reversed from my side, because I'm looking at the group and seeing it would be my right, but your left, and coming off the left shoulder is some grief. Got some mom stuff going on. I'm feeling distortions in the spleen and the pancreas. We hold a lot of energy of over-mothering in there, or where we've had a disconnected, dysfunctional relationship with the mother. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to bring in some grounding energy here. This is called a sonic slider. This is an amazing tool. This is called a weighted tuning fork. And so this is one of the forks I'm going to teach you about in the bonus tutorial about how to choose your own fork and how to work with them. Weighted tuning forks are meant to be used on the body. So if you can see this little boot, okay, what this does is it allows for it to move. So I do lymphatic drainage on my face by striking this fork and working up and then down the neck and in here. and through into the armpit, and I do lymphatic drainage with this. Okay, so that my 51-year-old skin stays nice and elastic and tight. It's clear. I am perimenopausal, very much so. So I have acne breakouts like I'm 17. Working with this alone has helped out enormously. Okay, I use it on my my peasant arms, my Eastern European peasant arms. No, that I'm meant to be facetious by saying that, okay? I come from a long line of stocky peasant women, and so I will always have these arms. When I used to work out a lot more, they were nice and tight, but they're not so much anymore. So I've noticed that a lot of the flab is kind of diminishing from using the tuning fork on there. Also, I'm feeling tenderness in my breasts. Sorry if it's TMI, but hey, we have this as women. It happens, it sucks, and this has helped a lot as well. So weighted tuning forks are meant to be used on the body. And when you have, you know, most tuning forks have this kind of pokey edge. So you can attach a boot that will be more smooth, and you can move it over the body a lot more easily. I use this on my husband's shoulder because he's got an impingement that's in there for years now, and we're teasing this out of his field more and more with the tuning forks that are meant to be used around the body with sound. And then that's what unweighted forks are for. And the weighted forks for getting in there and kind of digging in and getting into those places that are, you know, causing distortions and disruptions in the flow of energy in the body. So what's amazing about this is it's tuned to 93.96 hertz. It is in the 12th harmonic of the Schumann resonance, so 7.83 times 12. And so when we strike it, and you won't hear it, I'll try to get it close to the mic, but you'll feel it, okay? Because it's a very low frequency. You might hear it. But this is to get you all grounded. So I want you to close your eyes, take a deep breath. If you're seated with your feet flat on the floor, even better. And I want you to feel where this is like kind of pulling, like a kind of gravitational pull through the body. You might feel it just below the heart chakra, kind of taking you deep behind the solar plexus chakra, right back towards the base of the spine, and kind of pulling that energy down. So you don't have to hear it, but you will feel it. And just allow the energy to lead you. Allow your energy, your imagination, your intention to kind of lead you down through the body, out through the soles of the feet, down into the Earth Star chakra, down through all the layers of dirt and rock and crystal. You can feel that pull from the heart all the way through the feet now, kind of pulling you down through the earth in a really heavy kind of energy, but in a gentle, heavy energy, like the way a heaviness might feel when you're being hugged or embraced. That's how I feel when I use this fork, and that's how people tell me when I get to use it on them physically. They tell me how this feels, and it's like a gentle, warm hug. So imagine Mama Earth is reaching up through her energy and giving you a warm embrace and a hug and saying, it's safe to be in this body. It's safe to be on this planet, in my body, says Mother Earth. Just feel that, connect with that, and just feel that grounding. It doesn't take very long. That's all we're going to do. You're grounded. You're in your body. You're present. You're here. You're now. I recommend staying seated with your feet flat on the ground, okay, as we go throughout this. So we're going to move back in now to a different frequency of scouring. This is 174 hertz. And using the analogy of sandpaper, I like that, where the 144 is like coarse grit. This is more like medium grit. So I got a baseline of where everyone is at. And this is a very quick and easy tuning. When you do one-on-one sessions with me with this, we go deeper and we go with the energies that you need. But since we're doing this for a group, we're doing it for the collective, I'm going to go with kind of just some baseline stuff and some kind of generalized healing here. But I want to tap into right now the dread, because there's just a lot of dread. And I was feeling this week, and it was the kind of thing that I can't really put my finger on, and I move through energies and frequencies really quickly. You know, I notice what comes up. I'm very aware. I'm very good at self-recognition. What's in my field? What's distorting this? What's off here? And pulling it up and just being with it and being with that shadow. I have no problem with shadow work at this point in my life. I'm so incredibly used to it, and it doesn't scare me. And so when the stuff comes up and I'm like, what is this dread? What is this dread? I don't know. And feeling into that on a deeper level, it's like, what is this? Is it mine? And it is a little bit, and it's a little PTSD. For those of you who don't know me, we're clearing out this dread for the group. Those of you that don't know me, a couple years ago, I had to evacuate from South Lake Tahoe, California, where I was leaving because the wildfires were rampant. And they were threatening to come into the basin of South Lake Tahoe, where thousands of people live. And this was diverted, the fires were diverted, even though they hit right outside South Lake Tahoe, where I was leaving. And it was so scary at that moment. My husband and I are already preparing to leave for Washington State, by the way, but a couple days before we were supposed to get our U-Haul and get everything out, the police came to our door and started knocking door to door in a neighborhood and saying, it's time to go. Get your shit, get your dog, and get out. And that was one of the scariest things I've ever lived through. I've lived through some scary things, two kind of near-death-ish experiences. But that was one of the scariest things. Not only because my beloved Tahoe could have been burnt to a crisp, but all the animals, all the natural energy, the elementals that were there, I could feel that energy building, and it was a very, very scary time. And I'm feeling that now. I feel that kind of collective grief and trauma in my individual trauma, my own PTSD, because of what's going on with the fires in southeastern Canada and because of what's going on just north of here, Vancouver Island, just north of where I live. And so I had to connect with that. I had to connect with that trauma, that grief. And it was in my lungs. I felt like I couldn't breathe. And I was like, are we having smoke down here? No, I just can't breathe because I'm in a trauma response, and a protracted one. So I went in with my sound healing fork with 174 hertz, and I teased and I combed that energy out, just like I'm doing for all of you now. Like, I see what it is. I understand it. I understand why it's there. I understand what it's teaching me. I understand that I have incredibly empathic energy because I'm feeling into the grief and trauma of all the animals, the elementals, the trees. I love trees and forest. Anybody who looks at, any of the pictures on my feed, I love mountains and trees and streams, and I love nature. And so as an empath, I feel strongly into the grief of losing these beautiful natural resources. And it put me through the ringer this week, honestly. And I can feel that coming up just now. I feel another layer of it kind of coming up. I'm getting a little teary. I'm getting a little upset. And that's okay, right? It's okay. It's okay to feel what you feel. Don't ever feel like, well, I should be this way in my business, or I should be doing this, or it's out of integrity. We actually, those of us who want to step up into leadership, we lead the best when we're honest, we're authentic, we're genuine about what we're going through. Not to the point where, we try to do something when we're smack dab in the middle of the grief. Maybe we wait until it subsides. Maybe we wait until we work through it. But there's nothing wrong with being honest and true about, hey, I'm fucking off right now. I'm just off. I do not feel right. I am not in integrity. I've been doing this work for a long time, but I still feel off my game sometimes. And when you can be honest with that, you will draw people to you who are like, oh my God, thank you for saying that, because I felt like I had to be this way. There's so much toxic shit in the spiritual marketplace right now that even though people are saying, don't spiritually bypass, that's exactly what they're doing, and they're showcasing. Or that everything is fine, everything is a giant highlight reel of living the best coach's life and whatever horseshit. We have to feel. Take a minute. Allow yourself to go through it, and then go back to being your badass self. But always be honest and authentic and genuine about what is going on, because it's going to reach those people who need to hear it. Kind of like what I'm doing right now. Right, Stacy? You get it? You get it. And so I'm hearing a difference in the tone in that fork. We're moving some grief out of the lungs. We're moving that sense of dread out. So I want you to breathe deeply here. And send the energy down. Send it down into the earth. You can make an audible sigh. Clear it out of the throat as it comes up. Ha! Ha! Let it go. Let yourself laugh, because that's a release too. Laughing, crying, it's all a release. Melissa says, I'm always putting it out there on Facebook when I'm in a shit show state. Right, and it's okay to do that. That doesn't mean that we're wrong. It doesn't mean that we're off. It doesn't mean that we're lesser than. It doesn't mean that we're any less good at what we do. I'm fucking fabulous at what I do. But I will also tell you, like, today I'm shit at it, though. Today I'm shit at it. And so I'm not going to take a client. I'm not going to go live, or I'm not going to try to pretend something on Facebook for the sake of inauthentically trying to get clients. And I'm pretty sick of seeing that, actually. But maybe that's why I've been here for 20 years. And I'm hearing this lighter, brighter tone. Do you hear it? Yeah, Dina says definitely hearing and feeling a difference in that fork, right? When you learn to listen in, because it's very subtle, right? When you learn to listen in, you can detect the tone fluctuations. And when it's brighter, clearer, stronger, that means the energy is moving out of the field. It's being combed and teased out. And some of us are having grief for, you know, things are going to never be as they were. Well, that's entirely true. But in my estimation, can also be a really good thing. Because what might have been good for the few was not good for the many. And not to say, you know, where you didn't have a, you know, bright, shiny spot in your life, like you're never going to get back to that. You will. But it's going to be a different translation of it now. It's going to feel different. It's going to feel more authentic. And it's not going to be as fleeting as it was before. And it's not going to be so based on the setup of external outcomes in order to reach that sense of equanimity, which is peace within, peace without, that sense of happiness. Anything outside of you can never bring you happiness that is lasting and true. So where we've had this kind of false and phony setup that, you know, this external seeking that is a major paradigm of old earth, the more and more that we see how flimsy that is, we're starting to pull our energy back, pull our power back from a really extractive paradigm, really, that's just an attempt to get us to consume more. So as we're starting to wisen up to that, we're like, hey, I can't believe I was ever swindled by that. And we start to kind of, you know, pull our energy back and power back with each one of those realizations. So kind of take a deep breath in and honor yourself, value yourself for being able to kind of see the, you know, the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain there, pulling the strings and creating the show, the light show, to fascinate and sensationalize what's going on that's actually shit. Okay, you're starting to see it now. You're waking up to it. Congratulate yourself, right? So feel how much lighter that is now. Just take a deep breath. Feels a little more bright, a little more vibrant. Your energy feels less dull. So I'm going to do one more strike and then just do kind of a full cleanse for the group. Maybe two more. I'm feeling combed and teased out, like a hairdo in the 80s. Right, Jante? Yeah, so I'm starting to pick up a more coherent energy in the field that is all around the group here. So I'm getting more coherence. There's more harmony. There's more cohesiveness. It's less of this wah, 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 kind of stop-start energy that we began with. So one more. Breathe in and out. Just send anything else down through the body, out through the soles of the feet. Send it deep down into earth. Mama Earth can take it. Give it to her. She will transmute it. She will transpose this energy into the highest and best and most purposeful use of it. Trust that. Be led by that. All right. So now we're going to move up a little bit higher, okay? We're going to go into 417. Like a cohesive hairdo. This is 417 hertz, okay? Not one of the traditional solfeggio frequencies, but this one brings in the brighter harmonic. So remember I used the sandpaper analogy before. This is like a softer grit. Okay, so we're still teasing stuff out here, but we're moving into a higher energy. This is bringing energy out from your field into maybe a little bit more of the causal realm. So the causal realm has a lot to do with our ancestry. It has a lot to do with the magnetosphere of the planet, the collective memory of the planet in the magnetosphere. And the magnetosphere is where our sun, Helios, and the great central sun, Alcyon, kind of have a meeting of the minds, and they let us know about what's really up with our legacy, our human history on this planet, way before we have annals of history, written history, our prehistory, anything that is not recorded has been omitted from our history. And we have trauma, even though it's omitted and we don't know about it consciously, we can have a collective kind of grief for, hey, we actually used to be a lot more advanced. There's history of, in the magnetosphere, a collective ingenuity that's been lost to us through time. And we can reclaim this. And what I love about this, I know this is maybe a little too nebulous and esoteric for some of you here, but just bear with me. We're going to comb and tease this forward so you can have maybe more of a conscious and cogent, lucid awareness of this and what it might be translating to you in your field through your own individuated expression of source consciousness experiencing itself. Just breathe. Now remember, all these good frequencies are going into your water, blessing and clearing and cleansing, amplifying the energy of your water so you can get greater nourishment from it. And you may not be able to pick it up on the microphone on my iPhone here while I'm recording, but there's a really long sustain on this one. So when there's a really long sustain, it's pulling things out of the field, out of the causal realm as well. And just have the general intention here. If there's something I'm ready to see, something that I'm ready to know, I know I'm never going to be given anything I can't handle. And if it's for the betterment of my growth and evolution, I'm ready. It's for me. I'm feeling a lot more of my auric field, the area around my body. I think you named it before, but don't remember the term you used. So we're all photoelectric, okay? So we all have a magnetosphere around every organ, every cell of our body, because we are all part of plasma. And what we would maybe call, the scientists call it hot gas, but it's actually plasma. What we're looking at when we look at things through the Hubble telescope, okay, we're going to see it through the translation of hot gas, but what it is really plasma. Everything is plasma. Everything is plasmic. Anything that moves from essence into form is plasma. And what begets plasma is ether. Everything is ether. It's part of the energy of the one. You could call it the field of one. You could call it pure source consciousness. You can call it God. It's ether. And so we all have this as a field around every cell, organelle, organ, tissue, nerve, every bit of DNA. Okay, we have it around our what we experience or think of as the form of our physicality. Okay, and in that we hold information. Every field is just information. Every realm, dimension is just different levels of information. And so what we're combing or teasing out here is things from your realm, your field of information that is ready to be made consciously aware for you so that you can weigh in and say, hey, this is for me, or this isn't for me anymore. I don't want to feel this way. This is not in integrity or in alignment with who I want to become, what I want to create, the life I want to live, the flow I want to feel, the movement I want to experience, the shifts I want to undertake. And so notice what's coming up here as we're kind of combing through all these fields, because that's what we're doing. I'm kind of moving this through the entire toric field as well of the group. Oh, okay. Got stuff over there. So we got a lot of anger at dad. This could be in the collective disharmonious energies directed towards the patriarchy, towards toxic masculinity and the toxic function of the patriarchy, not just dad, although it is for some of you, and you know who you are. I won't call you out. Where we feel we've suffered and have anger for the abuse, the maligning, right? Through the kind of toxic nature of systems and structures set up and propagated by the patriarchy. And again, this is what we're becoming more wise to, yeah? And I want to really bring up something here that's coming through. A lot of us are asking questions now. A lot of us are asking questions, and you're kind of putting yourself on the hook for, I don't have all the answers. Here's something to chew on. We collectively got here as a human family. There was no one person making a decision saying, this is how it shall be. You know, there's no God in the sky on a holy throne throwing down edicts. Collectively, we've made these choices that have brought us to this place. So those of you who are putting yourselves on the hook, like, I'm asking all these answers, but I'm not getting any questions. Or I'm not asking all these questions, but I'm not getting any answers. It doesn't fall on you to have all the answers. We're meant to suss this out and parse it out collectively, because it's collectively how we got here. So stop beating yourself up for not having all the answers. You're wise, but you're not that wise, okay? So stop beating yourself up, putting yourself on the hook, creating a standard or a bar for yourself that you're never going to meet. Collectively, we're supposed to arrive at these answers together. We're supposed to formulate a new earth from a unity consciousness perspective. That means that it's not this individualism, and I know that individualism is what keeps propping up the workings of society. It's what makes us consume. It's what makes us separate from each other and just be after our own ends, our own needs, and everyone for himself. And so we're coming off of this hangover of thinking, well, if there's problems, then I have to be the one that figures it out. No. We're built for community. We're here to be part of a human family. It doesn't all fall on you. So take a deep breath and let go of any grief in your lungs around that. Let go of, I'm hearing broken hearts. There's people who have broken hearts because I can't figure this all out. You're not here to be able to figure it all out on your own. You're not. Can you tell my hubby that I try to explain these big ideas and he wants to know exactly steps to get it done? I wish I could. I'm still trying to get it through to my husband as well. But we're often in different realms and on different frequencies, and that's okay, because we are here to teach each other things in this lifetime. That's why we've been together for so long. All right, so one more. So going into the heart again, where you feel like your heart is breaking because you don't know it all, because you can't fix it all. And that imbues you with a kind of hopelessness. It imbues you with a sense of futility and hopelessness, okay? I was talking to a client the other day about hope, and that sometimes hope is all we have. And sometimes hope is what helps us kind of reach out to each other, okay? And when we don't have hope, what we do have is kindness, okay? So where you don't have hope right now, where you feel futility, where can you go in to that part of you and say, you know what? I love you anyway. You don't have all the answers. I love you anyway. You're not perfect. I love you anyway. In this whole lifetime, you're never going to figure it all out. I love you anyway. Where is there room right now for you to be kind to yourself? Because you can't ever hope to extend a kindness to someone else if you can't do it for yourself first. I mean, we talk about self-love, but what the fuck is that really? And self-care, what the fuck is that really? It's kindness. And everyone on this planet, no exceptions, has the ability for that. Yeah, there's narcissists out there. Yeah, there's psychopaths out there. But we do have an ability, most of us who are here to really kind of tip the apple cart on the old paradigm, we have kindness available to us. It is a resource we possess. We're here to extend that to ourselves first, and then to everyone else. You won't realize what an infinite resource it is until you start paying some kindness to yourself. I'm not here to fix it all, right, Shantae? I'm not here to fix it all. That doesn't mean every day I wake up and I'm like, I want to fix it all. I do, but I can't, and I'm not going to. But that's why I empower people like you to say, hey, let's join hands together. Let's link arm in arm. I'm not leading you. We're all linked arm in arm, and we're walking, creating this united front together where there's no hierarchy. That's what I hope to imbue. And I hope you empower your people with that too. We're here to do it together. All right, I'm getting a nice clear tone on this now. So we're going to go into the polishing phase. But doesn't that feel lighter, right? To take all this in? Who's feeling a little bit lighter? We're going to polish everything here with my 528 hertz. Hi, Amanda. I just want to make sure I'm going through the comments and seeing everything. All right. Yes, we're going 51 minutes here. I want to do this in a half hour, but you know, I am always willing to let the energy lead, and I'll follow where it goes. Feeling imbued. I am. Yes, thank you. Okay, so I want you to take a deep breath here. And as I hit this, strike the fork, this 528 fork, which you can win, by the way, as part of the giveaway in Tuning the Sonic Anatomy starting Monday, we're going to kind of polish and smooth out any of the rough edges here so that you end up leaving the session feeling lighter, brighter, full of more energy, less malaise, feeling less dull, feeling kind of polished and light, a little more energy, some more optimism, some more hope, some more kindness for yourself. Sound good? Can we get a fuck yes from somebody? Definitely feeling it. Feeling a release and vibration is raising. Awesome. I'm so glad that your internet held out too, Sarah. Is it raining there, Sarah? Because we're raining here and it's so happy. Yeah, there's my fuck yes. Yay. Okay, so I want you to take a deep breath. Take a deep breath in. I'm going to strike this fork and then go, ha. Let everything out. Send it down through the body into the earth. Ready? Deep breath. Ah. Use that throat energy. Use that throat chakra. Any burden you feel on your shoulders when you sound that, because you're releasing energy from the throat chakra, that's usually where we're having, a burden in the back of the throat by having shoulder issues, base of the neck issues, where the neck meets that occipital ridge area, the back of the head, okay? That's all throat chakra stuff. So let's do it again. It is raining there. Awesome. Okay, one more time. Deep breath in. I'm scaring my dog. Sorry, Finny. He's looking at me like, whoop. It's okay. He's actually sticking around for this. He doesn't stick around for the tuning forks. He loves any other energy healing I do, and he has to be in my office for it, but sound healing, he's not always on board. But I think he's getting used to them. All right, I can start to hear there's a long sustain on this one. So that also tells me that you're not in resistance, that you're along for the ride of this healing and clearing and purging. That's telling me that your body, the systems of your body, your mental field, your emotional field, your thought fields are all like, yes, let's do this. We are in accord with this energy. We are feeling a cohesiveness, a kind of camaraderie with this energy, harmony, balance with this energy. My dog B is now fast asleep, Dina says. All right, let's go. We're going to have about 2 more of these, okay? Deep breath in. Feel that grounding connection. Wiggle your body a little bit. Just get the body moving a little bit. Dance around like you're at a Baptist revival, right? Okay, deep breath in. Send it all out. Send it all out. Let it go. Let it go. And if it's meant for you, it'll come back for you to examine. It'll come back for you to dig into on a deeper level. Okay? Whatever you're feeling, if you're still feeling a little bit of grief, you're still feeling a little bit of burden, maybe a little bit of hopelessness, it's okay. It's okay to feel what you feel. Feeling that shake loose from behind my ears. And that's always vagus nerve energy. So the largest cranial nerve in the body. If you haven't checked out my vagus nerve tune-up, that's on my YouTube channel. This one will be up on my YouTube channel too. So you can go back and listen to this. That's what's great about these sound healing frequencies, that every time you go back to them, they will yield compound benefits over time. You're going to get another layer that's ready to get loose. You're going to get another nuance, another bit of energy that comes in that's there for your evolution and your growth. All right, one more time, and then we're going to close out, okay? Woo, that one was strong and bright and clear. I'm just going to kind of do a sweep. And so what's brilliant about working with the 6 systems of the body that we're going to be working with and tuning the sonic anatomy is we're going to be teasing out the emotions that are keeping your systems from functioning optimally. We are built, we are designed to have these systems function optimally. They are already built and designed for perfect flow. So what disrupts that flow are the mental disruptions, the emotional disruptions, collective memory, trauma in our ancestry, and we get to pull and tease and comb these out of your field, bring them up for conscious recognition and clearing and release, and be able to create space. Create space for what? For flow. For the flow and the optimization of these systems of the body as they were meant to conduct their energy. So you're going to learn a lot about yourself here. You're going to come away from the classes feeling energized, lighter, which is how I hope you feel now. So just checking in. How do you guys feel now? And take a sip of your water and tell me what you notice. Wow, that's different. So I have really clear, clean water. I have a reverse osmosis system here that I use for my water. We have pretty good clean water in Northwest Washington State, so that's nice, but I don't drink tap water. And if you are drinking tap water, please find another solution. There's just way too much in there. The fluoridation being one of the things that absolutely clouds the pineal gland and its functioning as a third eye, okay? So I notice that mine tastes brighter. It's a little more refreshing on the palate. There's no aftertaste at all. Water has more taste, feels more full, okay, right? So we've created space for water to be water and got all those toxins pulled out, right, Stacey? That's one way of thinking about it. So I hope you'll come join us. Like I said, you know, I know that in order to get people to buy, you're supposed to give people a deadline or whatever, so that they will come in and join your program. That's not really what this is about. This is really about having some tools to correct imbalances in your system, to bring them back into harmony, to bring them back into coherence, to bring you into a place of higher voltage. Higher voltage has a lot to do with pH. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about your photoelectric nature. We're going to talk about voltage and pH in the body. We're going to talk about the fact that you are light and electricity. And when you are not optimized in either of those, you feel dull as dishwater. You don't have high voltage. You're not in your most optimistic level of mind. You're not in a solution-based level of awareness. Our bodies tend to go more acid because of the toxins in our environment, in our food, in our water supply, etc. But we can change all of this with sound healing frequencies. My water feels and tastes brighter, feels smoother. Yeah, my water is smoother too. So I think I need to get my litmus paper out and test the alkalinity before and after. because when we have more alkalinity in our water, it tastes smoother. There's more of a silky mouthfeel, right? So there we go. Yay! What forks will I use in class? You name them all. And also 93.96 hertz. This is the sonic slider tuning fork. So there's only one lady that makes this. She's my teacher and mentor. Her name is Eileen McCusick. And she designed this. Hands down, the thought leader and the woman leading the charge in biofield tuning. And she's who I'm learning from. And she's brilliant. So if you have not checked her out, please do. So she's the only one who makes this fork. And there's only one place you can get it. And when I teach the bonus class on how to choose a fork, I'm going to give you the links on how to find this, how to use it, etc. I've noticed so much, and I just use this 7 minutes in the morning, 7 minutes at night, and I've noticed my skin, my jowls like tightening up, my lymphatic system is less sluggish, my circulatory system, my digestive system is less sluggish. I had some digestive issues and some problems. It helped me with my menopause symptoms, and hello, we're working on the endocrine system. So those of you in perimenopause and menopause, if you take this class for no other reason, do it for the endocrine class, okay? I have a fork like that, but it's pure 32 hertz. And the lower hertz frequencies really help work with lower chakra stuff, Maria. So when we're, kind of teasing and combing out things in our field that have to do with survival, not feeling safe in this body, safe on this planet, safe with our finances, safe in relationships, those lower frequencies, so about 75, 74 hertz and lower, really helps with the lower chakra stuff that we might be dealing with. So you're going to learn so much in this program. You're going to come away with a lot of information that is going to, basically give compound benefits to you over time. So it's an incredible investment in that alone. And I hope you join us. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all for who came, those who gave up some of their time on Friday to be here. Thank you so much for being here. If you have questions about this program, check out the link first. And if your questions aren't answered there, go ahead and reach out, whatever, but come and join this program. It's going to be amazing. Win a free 528 hertz tuning fork. Get a free class on how to use the forks, choose forks, okay? Thank you, everyone. Mwah. Love and peace. Go be great and vibrate high in your new high voltage. Bye-bye.